Good morning, Saturday afternoon here. This morning I was supposed to meet with team to do a big group ride, but it started at like 7 in the morning and I had a late night last night and it was really cold this morning, so I slept in. Gonna be doing a ride myself. We're riding to the mountains north of Taipei. I'm not sure of the names, but I'll add them in the video later. Pretty easy route here from Ximen, which is where I'm staying. So just popped up the river all the way along, and there's been a bike path all the way. The base of the mountains, it only took me about 40 minutes to get here. So pretty smooth river path trail all the way here, and now some pretty large mountains. So hopefully I can find some good routes up there. I didn't plan anything in Strava in the route planner, but just gonna search around, try and find some random roads, go up, go down, and get a few climbs in, then head back home, get some more work done. So my friend's coming into Taipei tonight, so gonna meet her, and she'll be with me for the next week that I'm here. Up from here. This climb's been pretty tough so far, averaging like 8-10%, kicking up to 18-19% on some of the switchbacks. Started to ease up a little bit now, but it looks like there's another peak up ahead, so not over yet. So crested the first peak of today's first climb, and just as expected, there's a second part to the climb. Hopefully you can see from the video. We're trying to go up as high as we can. Up to here is about 300 meters, so a pretty decent climb so far. I'm guessing up there is maybe up to 600 or so, maybe a little bit more. The road's really nice, has a lot of really good views of the city, and you can sort of see the ocean as well. The problem is there's a lot of cars, as you can see. Luckily the road's pretty wide, and the cars don't get too close to you, but just the breathing in the exhaust, especially the scooters. The scooters give out a lot of exhaust when they go by, but not too bad, not too much traffic. They come in waves. So once they pass, you get a little bit of peace, and then the next wave will come a few minutes later. Also starting to get a little bit sunny today, which is a nice change. It's been pretty cold the last 2 days. Shouldn't say cold, it's a lot colder in Japan, but cold for Taipei, so about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so maybe 10 to 15 degrees Celsius-ish. So not too cold, but after adapting to the warmth here, it felt a little colder. But sun's coming out, it's turning into a nice day, and the next few days it's going to get pretty warm, up to mid-70s, so that'll be really nice. So let's go on to next peak. Looks like some pretty nice apartments up here. Must be nice to live in one of these. Top of the mountain on top of the city. Looks like I stumbled across some random temple, big tourist attraction. Couldn't make my way past the second peak. Had to descend back into the city. But I'm gonna try and loop around and go onto the other side and see if I can get any higher coming back. But for now, let's check out this temple and then head back up the mountain. found this massive temple, and it reminds me a lot of a similar temple that I found when I was traveling around Beijing. I forget the name of it. Temple of Heaven maybe? Double check the name later and I'll post one of the pictures of when I was there. It's a very similar structure, just massive. You can see the people in the video for comparison on how tall this actually is. It's right in the mountains, so deep part of the northern mountains north of Taipei, and just beautiful. I wouldn't have even known this was here, wouldn't have even known how to get here if I didn't come here by my bike. Just randomly rode by and saw this beautiful structure, so thought I'd check it out. Let's take a look at the backside. Quite high for in the area. There's a couple steps and an incline to get here, and off in the distance there's the ocean. Probably can't see it in the video, but you can see it from here. Pretty green as you can see, not too many big buildings. Off in the distance we got some larger buildings by the ocean, so we're not too far away from the more populated areas. So I guess it's not too far from there, but pretty nice surprise for today's ride. And the sun's coming out, so a little bit warmer. It's turning into a great day. Take a look inside. So this temple was a pretty cool find. I'll have to research the name later and add it to the video. Definitely, if you're cycling around here, worthwhile visit. Pretty impressive structure, beautiful, and I think we're done here. Time to continue on and descend back into the city, try and wrap around the mountain, get to the other side, cross over back into Taipei, and see if we can get to any higher spots in the mountain. Area, the mountains here, super steep. Been doing some climbing, hitting over 20% at times. Pretty tough while filming since I have to sit down and pedal, so haven't gotten too many shots since it's just too steep to power through some of those sections sitting down. Beautiful area, insane. Pretty close to the peak now, so made it to this parking lot. I guess this is where most of the hikers start. Elevation right now is a bit over 800 meters, so higher than I expected. I guess if you hike all the way to the top you can get up to 900 meters or so, but it looks like this is about as far as I can go on the bike. So time to put some more layers on, and hopefully it's mostly a descent back into Taipei from here. Just starting the descent and starting with a pretty beautiful view, so I wanted to stop and capture that. That's the peak over there, so if you're hiking you'll get to go all the way to the top. So I don't have my chest mount today, so no downhill footage. This might be it for the videos for today's adventure. Alright, descent time. Pretty cold, even though I have all my clothes on right now. Didn't expect it to be this cold here, but I guess it's to be expected when you're 800 meters up. I really hope this shows up in the video. If you can see that there, that steam is just coming out of the side of that mountain. I'm guessing it's still active volcano. That's the source of the hot springs around this area. So lots of famous hot springs nearby here. On my last trip I went and visited. Haven't gone yet on this trip, but hoping to go soon. Pretty cool because it's pretty foggy and a bit ominous looking. So the steam just looks extra cool. I really hope you can see that clearly in the video, but beautiful shot. On the descent, looks like I was coming towards where the steam was coming from, so I managed to get a nice closer shot. On the other side over there, just beautiful and ominous and huge. Looks like it's going to be a fast, fun, smooth descent into Taipei. Hopefully get back quick, find some warm food. It's starting to get pretty cold here. Just descended back into the city, and that descent was ridiculous. Super fun, just flying down, super high speed, passing cars, felt great, and back into the city in no time. 800-meter descent and climb, just like that. Anyway, today's ride's almost over. Just gotta navigate through the city, get back to the hostel, and hopefully find some nice little snacks. Just randomly wandering back using GPS and found Shilin Station, which I know is famous for Shilin Market, which has my favorite pepper bread snack. So the hunt is on for some pepper bread. Managed to find my favorite spot. They don't have the regular flavor right now, unfortunately, but I got the black sesame one, which is pretty rare. They don't have it at the other stores. So still pretty excited about that. I'm gonna come back and get the regular one later when they do have it. Got an extra sesame one, bringing that back for my friend in the hostel since I told him about it and he hasn't been able to find it yet. So I guess it's time to head back. It's almost 3 p.m. and getting a little cooler now. The sun's gone, so pretty cool, but a little warmer now that I had the nice warm snack. Finishing off the day with one of my favorite local food shops. They've got a bunch of fresh vegetables and different food mixes. So one of my friends in the hostel's vegetarian, so a great option for him. So they got some delicious noodles here, some delicious tofu. There's some meat as well too. Haven't tried it, just as you can see, really small area, just a small place to sit down, but really cheap. Each of these is only $30, so that's less than $1 US each plate. So $1, $1, $1, $3 for a pretty nice meal. I'm still getting noodles, an extra $30, so another $1, so $4, pretty balanced meal. Some vegetables, some tofu, can't beat it. Normally they have broccoli. We call this place broccoli, but they don't have broccoli today, ironically. Every week. Can't say every day, but every other day. Every other day might be pushing it, but like maybe twice a week I could do it. Gochusou-sama deshita in Chinese. I don't know.